Yo, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ronnie and today we're going to be doing slides on electric skateboards. When it comes to sliding on electric longboards, I tend to find it to be a little bit tricky. Quite a bit heavier than your standard longboard without a motor and battery. So it really comes down to technique on the board. Definitely before you learn this, you want to learn how to carve, because sort of the key thing going into sliding one of these is getting nice, big, deep carves. You're going to want to find a place to practice these where the road is relatively smooth. Right now this road is all right. There's some loose gravel and some puddles here and there, but it's easily avoidable. You definitely don't want to do it on a puddle. You'll lose some traction on the road, which sounds nice for sliding, but it kind of makes the slide feel a bit more uncontrollable. You want to feel in control of the slide. When it comes to doing this on a longboard, I like to have my feet sort of like this, about shoulder width apart. And this is how I warm up for it. Just carving. It's getting in there nice and deep. There's some sand here. Definitely got to be mindful of that. So there's two different types of 180 slides you can do. Front side, where in the direction I'm facing, my front would be facing where I'm going. And then backside, my back would be facing the direction I'm going. So for a front side slide, I'd be turning this way, then doing the 180. For a backside, I'd be turning this way and doing a 180. In snowboarding, they call it heel side or toe side because you lean either into your heels or onto your toes. When you're sliding, you kind of want to find the perfect amount of speed. You don't want to be going too fast and you don't want to go too slow either. You want to get it just right to where you can break traction with the road. You can practice by just sort of doing a little skirt like that. I wasn't going that fast, didn't break traction. There you go, broke it a little bit. So if I were to go just a little bit faster than that, it would be perfect. Different wheels and different truck setups will require tweaking to your technique. Other urethanes have different sort of breaking points of when they would break traction with the road. Just gonna go ahead and get into one right now over here. Okay, the way I like to do it is I go into a big, deep carve, and a lot of my weight gets moved over to the front leg. So I redistribute my weight to the front, making my back foot kind of light. And then I turn my shoulders as I'm going around and I kick my back foot out, just like this. Oh, there is an example of what it would be like if you weren't going fast enough to break traction with the road. Yeah, I find stand-up slides to be a lot of fun on electric skateboards. Ooh. One common problem is you're not going fast enough, or maybe you don't whip around, you don't turn fully around enough, and you sort of just end up going 90 like I did right here. A lot of it is how you turn your shoulders and your body. You have to fully commit to it, or else you'll end up just like this, only going halfway. If you go half send, you go halfway. It's all about full sending it, baby. I can't stress enough how important it is to do deep carves before you go into a 180. At least on a sort of normal setup like this. On double kingpin trucks, you might be able to easily whip it around because of the turning radius. But if you just loosen your normal trucks a little bit, looser trucks will be able to help you carve harder. You can get a deeper carve, making initiating the breaking of the traction a little easier. It's a little uncomfortable to do while holding a camera and filming yourself. If you're out there doing it on your board, I don't recommend doing it. I'm now on a Meepo Mini. It's a mini board. When it comes to sliding, again, this board is different, so I would have to change the way I slide a little bit. To me, I find the easiest way to slide mini boards is to use their kicktails. You want to sort of use the pressure that you can apply to the wheels and just sort of break traction on it, just like that. I kind of did like a mini slide right there. And because I'm able to sort of control the board a bit more, I can actually do slides at a lower speed. I wouldn't exactly call these power slides. I don't know what you'd call them actually on the mini board, at least the way I do them. They're more so like, I don't know, reverts, I guess. But same principle, you kind of want to go into it carving pretty heavily. Make sure you avoid puddles. If your wheels get wet, let them dry off for a bit before you go into a slide. But then you just do the same thing. Carve into it, turn your shoulders and whip that wheel around, and then you can keep on going. I think that they're easier on a mini board, but that's just because I come from a skateboarding background. It just feels easier to whip them around, in my opinion. Front side's a little harder, in my opinion, because of the way you have to leverage your weight with the tail. It's harder to sort of break that traction on a mini, especially when it has big wheels like this. It's harder to kick it forward in that direction. It's much easier to kick it backward in this direction and break traction. Although it's not impossible. Yoop, yoop. Yeah. Dude, sliding around is so fun. You can also use the same method that I'm talking about to, well, if you can balance it, you can whip it around even more and do a 360 on it instead of a 180. But yeah, when it comes to sliding electric skateboards, there's no one method to sliding every board. There are little tweaks you have to make depending on your setup, but it's definitely possible, definitely a lot of fun. Question of the day, if you have slid your electric skateboard, what is it? Which one did you slide? And which side did you go, front side or back side? Let me know in the comment section down below. Sometimes you just whip around way too fast. When it comes to accelerating, I let go of acceleration before I actually initiate a slide, once I get up to a comfortable speed. Woo! Yeah! Dude, riding around is so much fun. I guess my biggest tip today is to just practice breaking traction with the board, whether it be a longboard, short board. Just sort of practice breaking the wheels in. Do 90s first, get comfortable, and then full send it. Do the full 180 whip and commit to the full slide. All right guys, that's how I slide electric longboards and electric skateboards. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to be a part of the Stoked squad so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And until next time guys, stay out there, go riding, have some fun, and of course, stay stoked. I'm out. Peace. This isn't even my board. Homie's letting me borrow it. It's fun though. I love minis. Yeah. Just trying to bring skateboarding back into electric skateboarding. You know what I mean?